Well, looks like we're live. Not sure how many viewers we have here, but let me know if you can hear me. If anybody's watching, I only gave it like a 5-minute head start here, so I guess we will give them a couple minutes here, see if anybody joins in. Other than Mr. Oregon Fixer, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Just want to make sure the mic's working. Kind of new at this, and I guess I'm considering this kind of a test. Did one the other day, and getting ready to do one with our Mr. 2A EDU. Hopefully, let's see here. I think I muted it there for a second. We got 2 people viewing now. Give it just a couple more minutes. Last time I did a test, I didn't want anybody to see the stream. It was just kind of a test, and all of a sudden people started popping in like crazy. I was like, oh, great. I read you 5 by 5. What's 5 by 5? Half and half? Or good on the audio and the video? I don't know. I see we got a couple more people starting to pop in here. Anyways, it's late, so I'm not going to waste anybody's time here. We'll just get going. Like I said in the title, did a little range trip today, shot some video and got some footage for some upcoming videos. Been kind of lax lately on the videos, and partly just because it's been a long year. Oh, thanks. Good all around. Okay. It's been a long year. I think it's been tough on everybody. I hope all of you guys are working. I have been through the entire thing. We furloughed a lot of people, like 90% of my staff at some point. Tried to get them all back as quick as possible. And the good news was I was able to bring them all back. Exception of 1 or 2. And I think of the 2, one didn't want to come back. The other we gave the option, but actually we were kind of happy. So it worked out all the way around. Everybody's working. Everybody's got their job back. Nobody was off any length of time where they weren't getting a check or anything like that. But that being said, everybody got at least a few weeks off during this, and I had no time off. I'm not complaining, but just with everything going on, it's been a long year, and stuff in the family going on. My wife's father got real sick, so she's been in Tennessee for the last on and off. I don't know, a couple months out of the last 5 months at least. And now Christmas is here, and my mom and dad have COVID. My aunt and uncle have COVID. They'd normally be up here, and it's kind of screwed it all up. Good news is we get to spend Christmas with my wife's family and father. And hey, thank you, Mr. 2A80. I'm glad you jumped in here, and thanks for the super chat. That's the first one I ever got. That's awesome. Thank you. And of course it's you. That's awesome. So anyhow, we're going to spend it with them. It's going to be nice. First time in 28 years. So really kind of a cool thing. So anyhow, yeah, it's been a tough year, and just the last month or so really been getting to me a lot of work, and just had to take a break somewhere. So I slowed down on the videos a bit, and frankly, you feel a little bit lost when you're not doing them because it's fun, number one. That's why I do it. I don't do it for the money. I'm not trying to make a living out of this full time by any stretch. I've got a career. My career is closer to finished than it is starting out, and I don't want to start a new one. Although I will add a couple things here that we're thinking of. So, anyways, went to the range today to get some footage. Brought my son along, and we woke up to just some winds here. I don't know how it was over in Michigan, but we drove down from Wisconsin to northern Illinois and went to a club I belong to here to do some shooting, and the wind was horrific. So when you guys see the videos with some of this footage, even though I had what they call a dead cat on the microphone, and it's a quality microphone, the wind noise, it was just unavoidable. You couldn't shoot today. We did though. I gave you guys a video the other day on a 5.7 Ruger, and we shot that today for the first time. Gave my son the first shots on that. And wow, what an incredible pistol. That round is really, really cool. First of all, I think half the reason people buy them is just because the rounds are cool looking. These little mini rifle rounds, they look like mini 223s. Recoil is insignificant, less than or equal to a 9mm. You guys will see in the video coming out that I've got some nice side shots, and there's just the gun just stays on target. I'm just pounding away with the thing, and it's not moving. Accurate. It ran everything flawlessly. Got the gun, took it apart, oiled it up, took it out to the range. Tried both mags. We ran today, 60 rounds through it. And it ran everything fine. One hiccup, and it was the last round out of a mag. It cycled. It went all the way back. As it came forward to put the round into the chamber, it didn't go in the chamber. It ejected out over the end of the slide and onto the ground, right over the tip of the barrel and gone. I'm like, that's funny. When we were watching it, you couldn't see it happen later on the video, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, that slide didn't lock back. So my son handed me the gun. I opened the slide, and I'm like, nothing in there. And it dawned on me, maybe it bounced out or something, but I thought, nah, I've never had that happen. Well, sure enough, when I looked at the video, as that slide's coming forward, that bullet just right out over, found it on the ground. So saved all the brass from it. Going to try and see if that stuff's reloadable. I know it is. The few people I've talked to or read about, it's kind of hard to reload, I think. So I don't know why, but we'll find out. But with the price of it, man, I think we will try reloading it. Let's see what's going on in the chat over here. This crowd reminds me of late night at another channel. Really warm today by you. It wasn't that warm here. I mean, it's been 40s, I guess, but it certainly wasn't, I kind of consider 50 this time of year warm, but I guess 45 is 40 even. I guess it was in that temperature range, but the wind was just unbelievable. And hey, Mateo, what's going on? Good to see you here. That's why when you quit Instagram, you've had a lot of good stuff out lately. And who else has, what the heck's his name? It'll come to me here. Anyhow, so we went out some first shots on the R5. Man, does that thing run. It just runs. We put some of my reloads through it. I put some M193 through it. And I had shot it last week, but had gotten out there. The camera was messed up. Had to record with my phone. So today we had the whole camera set up. And it was good. And anything you run through that thing, it just runs. And when you guys see the video and my son shooting it, I said, what'd you think? And he's laughing. He's like, it's just really weird. He goes, it just doesn't feel like an AK. It's just the light recoil and everything. And it was different enough that he was like laughing about it, It is, but be careful not to remove the finish. What's that? Finish on what? The gun? I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, so the finish on the arsenal probably he's talking about. Yeah, no kidding. Seems to sitting right here next to me. I too bad I can't show it. Oh boy, I feel like 2A to you here. I can't. Everything's sitting around me, and you can't touch it. You want to. It's natural when you're on camera. You know, you want to grab the stuff. I wonder if I can like show knives or ammunition or anything like that. I don't know, but got a little bit of cold too. Hopefully, it's not the vid. But what else? Yeah, so we shot that, and I ran that M193 through it. Wait till you guys see this stuff. Now, these guns come without a flash hider, just a muzzle nut. I kid you not, they blow bigger fireballs than my mini Draco, than my Shorty Sam. What is it? A Sam 41 or 44, the little pistol. 4-foot fireballs with the M193. Incredible. It was like, holy cow, everyone too. My son said he was blinded. He was laughing and used an expletive. It was so funny. I'm thinking about keeping it in the video because of how he said it. But it was fun to get out there with him today. He shoots with me a lot, but I haven't put him on camera. Just because, you know, in this business, I don't know if it's a business, I guess it is. But when you put yourself out there as it is, there's enough crap thrown at you, let alone bring family or kids on there. Now he's in his 20s. He's 22 now, I think, 21. So, you know, he's a big boy. He can take care of himself. When I say big boy, you'll see when I'm standing next to him, I look like a midget. He's like 6'5", 6'6", something like that. But yeah, it was fun to have him on there and doing some of the shooting and having him get used to being on camera and stuff. And what else did we do? We shot. I got a lot of call on my channel for the videos I do on the VR80, and it's a really cool automatic shotgun, and it's fun to shoot and just runs. No screwing around like the Vepr to get the thing running. Maybe a little break-in, but mine's just run great. It'll run anything. And a lot of guys are using it for 3-gun, and there's a lot of accessories and different manufacturers making stuff for it. And that thing's really gaining some traction. And it's been a solid gun. I can't complain. It's built well. It patterns well. It cycles well. Eats anything you throw at it, slugs, buckshot, birdshot. It's nowhere near as finicky as the Vepr. So did some shooting to get some footage for that to put out for the guys that come to the channel for that. So they'll be happy to see that. Got some videos on taking it apart, cleaning it, the gas system, stuff like that. Stuff I find simple, but some guys are really thankful for. You know, a lot of guys aren't like some of us here that, you know, can tear into anything and get it running. But let's see what's going on. Who else is here? Iron Horseman. What's up, Iron Horseman? How you doing? Thanks for coming to the chat. There's not a lot of us here, but it's kind of cool to have all you guys here. Yes, you can. Ammo and knives. Cool. Got a K-bar out here. I've got all kinds of K-bars, and I like K-bars, but this is that's, you know, the typical, I always want to say like Marine knife, but the military fighting knife, issue knife, and this is that giant one they came out of it. And it's just kind of cool. The only thing I don't like about this one compared to the standard size and the one smaller is the spine. The whole blade is thinner than the other ones. And I guess I get it. It'd get kind of heavy, but it feels a bit cheap for a K-bar compared to the other ones. And I've got all kinds of them. I've got the standard size that's probably about yay big. And then the little one, I've got them in the leather stacked. I've got them in the craton handles. They're just cool. I like them. But picked this one up, and I was in my gun room, and it was laying there, and I was messing with it today. What else? Knives and ammo. Late Taco Bell run. Yeah, I should have done that before I started this. God, I'm so sick of fast food, though. Terrible. Killing me, literally. I think YouTube wants to ban fists on live stream. Yeah, I'm sure they do. They'd ban anything if they could. Mateo, going to wish me a Merry Christmas now, just in case I don't see you this Friday. No problem. Let me think. Can I be on the stream? I got to be there. I can't miss 2AEDU. I'd go into withdrawals if I didn't watch his videos. I look forward to it's the only thing. I don't look forward to TV shows anymore. I don't watch much TV anymore. I watch a lot of YouTube, frankly. I can just tune into what I want, and other than maybe a little news, which I probably shouldn't watch. That's all I do. And it's literally the only stream, broadcast, whatever you want to say, that I even look forward to anymore. So, but Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to all of you. I'm going to be apart from a lot of my family this year. Matter of fact, I'll be alone Christmas Eve, other than maybe my daughter will be here, one of my daughters, but just how things are with family right now and spread out. So it's this is the first time in my life that I haven't been with, my family, my mother, father, my brother, ever in my life in 50, we'll leave it at that, in 50 years. How's that sound? So yeah, it's going to be a little strange, but you know what? Maybe it'll give me a little time to reflect on things and just reflect on life, philosophy, religion, all those things, and do myself some good a little bit. God knows we need it. Harsh words to Ori and Fixer. What harsh words? Somebody gave him something. Let's see. Blizzard all day. Where the heck are you? Southern Minnesota. Huh. Somebody we know in the family, the mother just got elected to senator in Minnesota, St. Paul maybe. And they called my son and asked if he wanted to do an internship. Kind of interesting. We'll see. He's a political science major, might be thinking about law school and a political career, but we'll see. He a bit discouraged. It's funny. You look at everything went on with Trump and everybody, and you can't blame somebody for not wanting to get involved, and that's exactly what he said. He said, do I want to be scrutinized like that and trying to do the right thing and get nothing but a bunch of crap for it, look what and everything. Here's a guy that puts things out, sets records on everything, pushing things through the FDA and all of that stuff. And, like they say, he could cure cancer and nobody would give a damn. Anyhow, so yeah, we did the videos. We shot that. I mean, we ran out there and just boom, 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 ran through them as quick as we could. Got the video and got the heck out of there. It was just so windy. I wanted to stay, but that was that. So I'll have some videos coming out this week. That'll be good. I wanted to get it done before the holiday here so I can just spend some time, do a little editing and put them up and be done. And we're going to do a kind of a year in recap. I don't know if I'll do that live stream like this or if I'll do a video and just where we're at. With everything, state of the country, state of the channel, state of everything. Let's talk about the channel real quick. Fighting to get 100 subscribers and then 500. And I thought, man, 1,000 and 4,000 hours of watch time to get monetized. I'll never get there. And it took a while. It was over a year and it crawled. And then I got the monetization and then, it's not any money. Trust me. Anyone here with a channel will tell you that it's no money. It's Zippo, especially when you first get monetized. And all of a sudden you hit something, the algorithm, whatever, and stuff starts taking off. and we went to 2,000, and before I could even get a video out about it, it's almost 3,000. Maybe it is 3,000 now. It just starts going exponentially. I'm sure there'll be some plateaus and stuff like that, but it's a shame that I had to back off on the videos right when things got hot, because I probably should have done whatever I could of at the time just to get videos out. But channel is going great. The income, while it's still nothing, put it this way, it wouldn't make a car payment, put it that way. Might not even put gas in the tank for the month. I don't know. But it's not a lot of money, and that's not the point. It's just about getting that reach out there and then moving into, let's face it, anything with our hobby is good to get the word out there and spread things, like, for instance, what's going on with the ATF right now and these braces. God, you hear so much, and then you hear something, and then more comes out, and you wonder, how does the ATF have a meeting with I don't even think he was a president-elect at that time. And, then it's reported that, well, he's got two things on the agenda, and that's braces and ghost guns, right? Ghost guns. What a friggin' joke. Anybody ever try to mill one? Maybe, with what you got on hand, or a drill press. Now, me, being the skilled gunsmith I am, I may have made one in the past, and it may have had very, very smooth cuts. You would have thought it was done on a mill, probably, had you seen it, had I made it. But, that's just me. But I can tell you this, your first one may or may not function. The easiest part goes wrong, not the hard part. But go after that. I'd like to know how many crimes are really committed with those things, because me, a guy that's way into firearms, way into guns, law-abiding citizen, the last thing I ever really thought of was putting one of those together or doing one. And then you think, well, let me try it, and not really to build anything, just to test your skills. And by the time you're done with it and the whole thing, you end up, you got a piece of plastic, not metal. How long is it going to last? What's it going to do? How's it going to hold up? I'm certainly not betting my life on it. I'm certainly don't want to get in a gunfight with it. And that's a joke. So somebody as into it as I am, is not motivated to do, and you're telling me a criminal is going to be motivated to, number one, get one, number two, have enough knowledge to figure it out, number three, enough skill to effectuate it all, and number four, get all the other crap and put it together, because it's going to cost you the same to put it together as far as all the other parts go. And then he's got to buy the tooling and everything. At a minimum, he's going to need some kind of cheap drill press, the Harbor Freight drill press, at a minimum. And by time, and the vise to hold it in, and all the other stuff. If you're a criminal, you're going to buy a gun hot on the street. A lot of people don't notice. I was a police officer back in the day, a long time ago, and not for very long, couple of years, but. I grew up in a police household. My father was a policeman, retired, served with two agencies, including Chicago. And so I grew up in that. And it was dinner table conversation. It was conversation every day, all the time. And I can tell you this, there's nobody out there running these things. Not any self-respecting criminal, that's for sure. They're getting their guns, stolen. They're not doing that stuff. So it's just a joke. It's either liberals fearing, these bumps in the night and these things they label all the scary bullshit. But let's see what's going on over here. Too much money, most expensive hobby. Yeah, you ain't kidding. If I add up what's spent, because like you, I get nothing free. You know how, unless you bump into somebody that says, "Oh, let me send you one of these." I think in the 2 years of doing this, I got sent one thing. Bloody Wheels sent me a loader after being on your channel, a mag loader. Krebs gave me a flash hider one time. That's about it. I do videos with them. I get to shoot his guns. I get to shoot his ammo, but that's it. If you don't see me doing a Krebs gun, there's nothing free. The ammo's on me, the gun's on me, the transportation, the memberships, the parts, the time, the software, the lighting, the computers, the microphones, the cameras, the on and on and on and on. You got to have fairly deep pockets to do this, to do it at any type of level that's decent, and then it's still not anywhere near as these big guys. But hey, you got to start somewhere and have fun with it. So yes, I do have a lot of pennies. Better start saving them. They're getting rid of them. I had a thought about that, about the coins disappearing. We've all heard about that. Now, it's either just a coin shortage, maybe the mint's not keeping up, maybe COVID, whatever, I don't know. Or maybe the other day I was on a site where I order silver, and I went to some wrong page that I wasn't looking for what was on there. And I see like 1991, 1987, not pre-60, what is it? Pre-63 was silver, 90% silver, but like 91 to me seems like yesterday. When you get older, guys, that's just how it is. And they're selling quarters on there, 1991, 1997 quarters for $4. And I'm thinking, shit, I must have a ton of these laying around. Let me go check a few drawers. I could probably make a quick $400 or $500, right? And then I get to thinking, wait a second, if these things are worth that much money already, obviously they pulled those out because they were the old series. Now you're on the state series, whatever. That's why they're worth the money, I guess. But it got me to thinking, maybe they start pulling coins because coins have a shelf life to them, right? They don't wear out as fast. Paper money wears out pretty damn quick. It would be out of circulation or worn out really quick. And maybe it does have something to do with switching over to a digital currency. You see PayPal is invested in Bitcoin and other things. All these major companies have invested in platforms to accept it and all these other things. It's coming, guys. And I think it's going to be much sooner than everybody thinks. Like, I don't know if this is true. I have nothing to base it on other than what I think could happen. And I think you could see it in 2021. I truly, truly do. Just did my great news vid on the braces. I saw it. Yeah, ATF just rescinded their new brace classification. Oh, enough signatures. At last I checked 40, 50,000 signatures. You guys that are here, Brass Tard. Hey, what's on, Brass Tard? Good to see you here. If you guys have not went on the website and put your comments in on the braces, I know most of you probably have. But if you haven't, get in there and do it. One of the YouTubers gave an example when the 545 ammo was going to be banned or whatever. There was something else at the same time was going to be banned. The 545 ammo and something else. I can't remember. Maybe one of you guys remember what it was. But anyhow, the comments for the one item were like, and I'm throwing numbers out there, 100,000 or something. And the comments on the 545 ammo was like 10,000 or something. 7 and 6 ammo, and the other one. There was only like, I don't know, 4,500 or 8,500 comments for the 7 and 6. Well, guess what went away? The 7 and 6 went away. The one that got all the comments stayed around. The ATF didn't bother with it. So it definitely works to write those comments. So get in there and do them. Go to the website and do them. There are estimated 4 million, 5 million braces out there. and you got 50,000 people commenting. Now, forget about the 4 or 5 million braces. How many gun owners are in this country? 20 million, 25, 30 million? That's how many signatures should be on there, right? Because we got to forget about, oh, he's a FUD, and that guy is he's into those black rifles. We got to forget about that stuff. Completely, utterly forget about it. It's got to be one team, period, and that's a Second Amendment team. A constitutional team. How's that sound? Because it shouldn't just be gun owners. It should be people that appreciate this country for what it is and what it's founded on. Make those comments. Spread it to your friends. You know, guys like us that are in here, guys that are in these comments right here, we know about these things, right? Because we're hypersensitive to all this stuff. But see, even guys that you may consider, hey, he's a gun guy. Hey, he shoots. I know this guy at work that he's into this stuff. These guys don't know. They have no idea. I have one of my managers that's way into guns too. He has no clue about the brace thing. None whatsoever. I set him up with the website. I said, get in there, comment. So don't just assume that they know it, and don't just assume that they don't care. They do. If they seem like they don't, explain to them why it is important, that it's not just braces today, or it's not bump stocks today. It's whatever is important to them may be that next thing that comes down the pipe. So just make sure you're telling everybody you can, everyone. Let's see what's going on here. I know how much you're spending on your channel. Yeah, I bet you got a pretty damn good idea, don't you? Pretty close, because, you know, we all know what the guns cost. We know what the ammo costs. Even though I'm pretty sure guys at our level know where to get the best deals. But, yeah, it ain't cheap. Brass card, a lot of mint mistakes in modern coinage. Yeah, I saw one. Actually, they were selling it. It was a dime that was struck off to the side. I was never a coin collecting guy. Maybe I collected stamps as a kid, but never a coin guy. I never knew much about them. And I collect bullion. I like bullion. Hopefully one day, well, I hope I never need it. I hope it's just there as a fail-safe, as a safety net kind of deal, you know. But it's good to have a little bit at least, you know. Separate all my copper penny. Some clad coins are worth something, surprisingly. Yeah, I guess they are. It's nickel cladding, right? I think most of it. I'm going to send you an email later. What else? Mistakes with government entity. So surprised. Yeah. Brace letter has been rescinded. Closing comments. Wow, that quick. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So I just rambled on for nothing. I should read the comment. It's, you know what? It's, you guys should really respect 2A EDU, because he's got this thing down. It is hard to keep up with comments. Thank God there's only, 13 people on here? I couldn't keep up. I was thinking about that the other day. When I first started watching your channel, I seem to remember it'd be 20, 30, 40 people tops watching that stream. And now to look at it, holy cow. I mean, that thing's just blown up beyond belief. And you know why? You do a great job. It's incredible. Look who's watching you. That's what's impressive. You know, I don't know those guys. Maybe they're not very impressive, but they have impressive channels. So they're coming over to see you. They're involved. You know, you kind of get involved, I guess, in YouTube just through osmosis. Eventually you meet a couple people, I guess. Some good, some bad. I've had probably an equal amount. But you know, it's hard to do this. Looking at these comments, and I feel like I'm looking away and rambling. Anyhow, what else here? I wasn't even into the AK when the 7 and 6 question comment period was going on, and I still wrote in to try and save it. Yep. Think about that. You guys see my videos and all that. You know, I love my AKs. And I got like 6 or 7 5.45 guns, right? Nope, not a one, not a one. It just there was so much to do and so much to collect in the 7.62 that to start another one and the mags and the ammo and all that stuff was just too much. And I would have gotten to it eventually, and I want to get to it. And the imports aren't there to buy right now. If you can find them on Gunbroker, but crazy money. I mean, they start at $2,500. These guys are insane what they're asking, and I don't want an American-made gun. That's not why I got into that. And then to find the ammo, it's the same thing. It's not as cheap. God, I would have stockpiled that stuff to the ceiling, But now to get into it, you're behind that bandwagon. I'll get 1 or 2 of a couple guns I really want and leave it at that. God, I'm all plugged up. Anyhow, yeah, that brings me to another thing, ammo. God, I did an ammo video about, you do a catchy title so it grabs the algorithm, right? How to beat the ammo shortage. And the video took off, and it was no magic. It was just me telling guys, be persistent. Don't stop at one local gun store. You walk in and go, oh, nothing on the shelf. See ya. Damn ammo suppliers. They're not doing nothing. They're not making any ammo. It's not how it is, guys. You never know when they're going to get a delivery. You never know what time they get it, what they get. It comes in sporadically. So you got to have 4, 5, 6, 7 stops on your schedule. You got to hit them several times a week, and you got to hit them several times at different times if you're not finding it. And that's what I do. Like, what was it? Tuesday night on the way home. Stopped at a Fleet Farm, which usually has some stuff. And they literally, for the first time since this all started, there was nothing. And I mean nothing. There wasn't any ammo. There wasn't any mags to buy. If I can't find ammo, I'll buy even though I don't need them, I'll buy a AR mag, or I'll buy a Scorpion mag, or whatever they happen to have. I'll buy something just to make it. Hey, one day, if this keeps going the way it's going, mags will be like ammo, right? So keep stacking them. That's all. But I'll buy something. They had nothing to buy. No reloading gear, no bullets, no primers, no powder, no brass, no mags, no nothing. So I figured, well, it's early. I'll run over to this other shop. Run over to the other shop, actively looking to buy something. He's got guns. This guy's got guns. He's got ARs. He had a Tavor, actually a SAR, the original one, the SAR or whatever, not the new X95. Just didn't like it for whatever reason. He had a couple Bravo Company lowers. He had a bunch of other receivers. He had tons of handguns, tons of 9mm handguns, SIGs, FNs. This shop is loaded with guns. There's no shortage. Most guys that they're looking for guns will walk in this place and be like, holy cow, where'd this guy get all this stuff? And he's got ammo. It was funny. He had 5.56 there, Winchester. I talked about some ammo I found the other day at that Fleet Farm. 150 round boxes of 5.56 for 60. It was either 62 or 67 bucks, which is a deal, right? It's like 45 cents a round. And he had them there, same ones. And I thought, I bet he ran over there and bought them. And what was he asking? He was asking double for them. Now I know this guy takes care of me, but I thought, man, that's kind of shitty that he's bumping if in fact that's what he did. Maybe Winchester shipped it all out to these guys at the same time. But I just got a sneaking suspicion he went over there, got some, and doubling the prices on it. So he had a couple of those. He was selling also by the 20-round box, and he was selling cases of it. A 500-round case. I forget the price he said, but it was like $500. I thought, Jesus. And I don't pay that. I paid anyways. I left there, nothing to buy there either. Could have bought that ammo, but I'm not paying those prices. So I ran over to Farm and Fleet instead of Fleet Farm, different chain. run by people that used to work together, I guess. Went over there and they had some Frontier ammo in there, 20 round boxes, $8.99. Fine. I normally buy in bulk, but if I see it now, I'm certainly going to buy it as much as I can. Why not if it's the same or even close to what bulk prices are? So I bought, they limited it. I could only get 2 boxes. So whatever. I bought 2 boxes. And you know what? That's what I ran. It was the M193. So I ran it in that arsenal today. And that's what was throwing those fireballs. But, hey, it's 40 rounds I didn't have, 40 rounds to help shoot a video, whatever. But that's the thing. I stopped at 3 shops and I found something. And if I was somebody else that was looking for a firearm, I certainly could have found that. I did find that. There were ARs. There was all kinds of stuff. Anyhow, that was the point of the video. That was the video. You would not believe, like 2AEDU said, the hate I got. Unbelievable, the hate I got. I got guys telling me I'm a hoarder. I got guys calling me a liar, just flat out calling me a liar, saying there's no way you're getting that ammo. You're paying up for it. If we don't see pictures and receipts, it didn't happen. Who are you to tell me I got to show you receipts and call you a liar? You know what? I almost did it. I almost put it up there just to prove a point. But you know what? Why? Why do I got to bother with these type of people? So, it's just amazing the hate you see out there. And you got to think it's like, I don't know if you want to say it's jealousy or something. Like they're jealous you found ammo and they didn't, or I don't know what it is. It's just crazy. I mean, I'd be happy if somebody could tell me where to find something, or someone's trying to help me out like that, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, I just got to figure that's just laziness. If you're going to bitch about something, bitch after you've tried your hardest to accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do. I don't know. Anyhow, comments have slowed down. Is everybody still here? Holy cow. It can't be that friggin' interesting, right? Probably boring the shit out of you. You're probably all asleep. It shows there's 15 of you on here and 7 likes. Ooh, 50% ratio. I got no dislikes. Somebody give me a dislike. 42 minutes already. Man, oh man. It goes fast when you're talking. Anyways, the last thing I want to talk about was this friggin' COVID relief bill. Guys, is this a joke or what? I forget about the money because I don't get any money. I didn't get any money in the first one. I doubt I'll get any money in this. But the stuff that's in that bill, money to build walls around Egypt and Sudan and Syria, money for women's cultural studies in Pakistan. And Lindsey Graham had the balls to stand up and say that was his. He was supporting that he's always for women. Are you kidding me? $28 million or something like that? And money to fund some study with lizards running on treadmills. All these millions and billions of dollars going out to fund all this craziness. We should be, as U.S. citizens, we should be outside the gates of the castle with pitchforks and torches. And nobody's angry about it. I was talking about the other day, and my son's girlfriend's just on her phone. Oh yeah, like nothing. Do you not understand that? $1 trillion, $900 million is being spent that has to be paid back by who? You and I. It's unbelievable. It's got me to the point where I just can't even fathom this stuff anymore. It's just an outright theft of wealth from you, from me, from our children and our grandchildren. It's unbelievable, literally just unbelievable. I can't even fathom how this is going to work. Guys, did I freeze up here? I got no comments. I got no nothing. It shows I'm running. No, it's good news. I just did the video. Only bullion I can afford makes chicken soup. Yeah. Hey, trust me, I know those times. My business is like that. It's feast or famine. I only have 7.62 9mm guns. It's easy. Isn't it easy when you only have a couple calibers? Love it. Glad I don't have any 5.56 guns either with ammo prices today. It's always been a little higher. And when you're an AK guy, God, it's hard to pay that extra money for 5.56. You're like, oh man, $186 1,000 for, or whatever. I can't remember now. 186, 286. I think I was getting at 186. Sounds stupid. I probably buy so much damn ammo I don't even remember what it costs. But and then you look at 5.56 and it's like whatever, $60, $80 more, 1,000. You're like, paying that for that. We'll just shoot the AK some more. It's hard as an AK guy to pay that crazy money for the 5.56. Well, especially now. But whatever. Please remember to smash that up button. Yeah. Pissing them kind of. What else we got? I'm trying to keep up with these guys. I'm sorry. Trying to learn this whole damn thing. And my comments aren't keeping up. Oh, you're good. Okay, good. I'm good. You didn't answer my question. Do you belong to ASC, best club in Illinois? ASC, what's ASC? Never heard of it. I'm there 2 days a week. No, it's fine. I'm pretty open on my channel. I give my first name. I probably shouldn't, but you know what? I don't know. I got nothing to hide, so why not? Maybe one day I'll regret that. Who knows? But I've had similar stuff before. Losers here and awake, still there. Let me know what that ASC club is here. I'd like to know. Always looking for good clubs because we're so close to the border that we go back and forth. Matter of fact, I only moved. I shouldn't say that. Place in northern Wisconsin, and I lived up there full time for a long time. But the winters are long and cold. It's probably, to give you Michigan guys an idea, it's probably like even with Gaylord, maybe. I spent a lot of time in Gaylord, Michigan, too. But yeah, we're right out here. I'm 20 minutes from the UP, Michigan. So yeah, I'm a Youper, I guess, by birth. And anyways, we're up there, and my wife the winters were long, and it's hard to make money that far north, guys, unless you're a lumberjack or whatever the hell you're doing up there, tourism. There's just not the money there is down south. And when you live in resort towns, the cost of living isn't any cheaper either. So we moved back down south a long time ago, and we were in Illinois for a long time. And then as politics started to change and all that, we saw the writing on the wall. And unfortunately, my business is in Wisconsin too. But when I quit working and had the business in Wisconsin, we just moved over the border. So it was simple. Taxes are less. Everything's less. Much better state. It was until our latest elections. But who knows what direction that's going to go to. But any way you cut it, it's better than Illinois, because Illinois is just... It's while it's not California with the guns, everything else, your sales tax is 10%. And I think in Chicago now it's even more than that. It's at least 1% more, maybe 2% more. Chicago. There's state tax, there's Cook County tax, then there's Chicago tax. It's crazy. Last time I was down there in business, I remember it being like 7.25% in the suburbs. Get into Cook County, it was another 0.75%, so 8%, and then Chicago tacked on another 1.25%, so it was like 9.25%, and that's years already. So I'm sure it's much higher than that now. Aurora Sportsmen's Club in Waterman. We used to race motorcycles in Waterman, Illinois. Tiny little town. If you sneeze, you'll miss it. Farm town, and we didn't live too far from there, maybe 20 minutes. And there was an indoor motocross track. A friend of ours owned it, and we practiced and raced there in the winter. My kids were huge motocross racers. My daughter's a national champion, and that's what we did for 15 years, traveled the country racing full-time, lived at a training facility full-time down in Georgia for 3 years. Up until about 2 years ago, we were living at the training facility. So I've been all over the place, but yeah, Waterman. I know Waterman, and I've heard of that Aurora Sportsman's Club. Aurora's kind of a ways from Waterman, isn't it? I don't know, but we're gonna I'd have to check it out, see how much it is. But there's a few good clubs. I grew up as a trap shooter. My dad was a huge trap shooter. We shot trap sometimes 5 nights a week, and we were money game shooters. We did register trap and the Grand American and all that, but we were money shooters. We followed the money games, and by money games, we shot Annie Oakleys and killers. And if you belong to one of these higher dollar clubs, a couple nights a week, each club will sponsor a shoot, and you'll get, let's say, 30, 40 guys out there on the line. You shoot from the farthest handicap, which is 27 yards back from the house. And usually, like at the club I shoot at, it's 5 guns up. We used to refer to them as killers, but 5 guns up, first man calls for the bird. If he shoots and misses, second guy shoots. If he misses, third guy shoots. If he hits the bird, first 2 guys are out. And it goes like that down to the last 2 guys. Now, you've anteed up to get in. So whatever it is, $10. You go to clubs that could be $5, $10, $25, $100 a man for the game. Well, if you got 32 guys on the line and it's $100 a man, usually you get down to the last 2 guys and they split it. Unless they've got some kind of personal thing with the other guy, they'll say, let's shoot it off. And then one guy takes all. So, you'd go to these clubs and they'd shoot, 20, 25 games a night like that. And sometimes we'd get done at one club at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and we'd head 2 hours or an hour further out in the sticks to another club that was open till 2, 3 a.m. And we'd start the games there at 11 or 11:30 and shoot for 2, 3 hours, shooting for money, stop for breakfast, go home, sneak in the house. I was 16 at the time. Sneak in the house. Hopefully my mother didn't catch us walking in, and I had to go to school in a few hours. But we used to go out and have a lot of fun. I was hanging with the older guys, and it wasn't just shotguns they were into. They were into everything. And you learned a lot real fast, and you hung with some guys that these guys had some dough or were really good shooters to support their gun addictions, and it was a ton of fun. And I miss it sometimes. I miss it. My dad was a phenomenal shooter. I forget what he used to say. He used to shoot, but 50,000 rounds a year of shotgun shells. When I was a kid, he had me on the loading press continuously. Just pulling, making shotgun shells. But it was a lot of fun. My dad's older now. He can't shoot anymore. He can't even hold a gun up. And I miss shooting with him. If you guys are shooting with your dads, enjoy it, because, man, those were some of the best days, the most fun times. And whether it was trap shooting or deer hunting or just going to the range with the other stuff, or collecting guns. He was a big collector. He loved Colt single actions. One of the biggest collectors in the country, actually. But it was a lot of fun, and you'll miss it. So take advantage of those things. Anyhow, I don't know how the hell we got on that. Clubs in Illinois, there's a lot. for as bad as Illinois is for politics, you have a ton of gun manufacturers here. You got DSA, the guys that make all the FNs. They're in a suburb just outside of Chicago near O'Hare. You got Krebs here, Rock Island Armory. You've got Springfield Armory. You've got tons of gun companies here. Zastava's here now. Zastava, USA. They're here. They're in Des Plaines. Another friend of mine who's a YouTuber works for a big AR company. White Label, that's their retail line, but their wholesale line, he does a lot of their polishing and what is it? Where they throw them in the big tumblers, the raw parts they throw. He handles all that stuff. Huge company. They're making their own barrels, everything. So there is just a ton of firearm manufacturers here. And you would think for as liberal a state as it is and what a democratic state is, you wouldn't have it. But they're here and they leave them alone. Why? Because they can get tax dollars from them. That's why. It's very hypocritical in a lot of ways what they do. But yeah. It's here, and there's a lot of good gun clubs. I remember back in the day, there was even a trap range run by the Chicago Park District at Lincoln Park, right on the lake. Now we used to shoot there. We shot the Illinois Police Olympics there, and they shut down that trap club. Guess why? They don't want lead going into Lake Michigan. That's a friggin' laugh. You couldn't eat salmon and trout out of that lake for how many years because of the heavy metals put in by all the pollutants from the factories in Gary, Indiana, and Hammond and all that crap. But God forbid you throw an ounce of lead in the lake that's going to sink anyways, and whatever. It's just a joke, But the do-gooders came in and shut that down. We had another really nice club, Northbrook Sportsmen's Club. It was in Northbrook, a very well-to-do northern suburb of Chicago. And they shut that down, when houses start encroaching on it. They start complaining, even though the club was there 30 years before they moved there. They shut it down. You get pushed out. And they move further north to Gray's Lake. They're still there. And I think they got enough room around them and bought enough property around them that they'll be left alone for a while, but eventually they'll get pushed out too. The clubs I belong to are out in the middle of nowhere, and we keep buying up all the land around us. As farms come up, we buy it, period. And eventually we'll have a big enough buffer zone. We might have our own zip code. It's that big. But we'll see. Let's see what the comments are saying. I'm rambling here. That's cool. We have huge trap facilities. I don't shoot it though. Try it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. You want to spend money? Yeah. Don't get addicted to that. I shot it with my dad, so I never, when he got out of it, we still shoot. We go to the club to see the guys, and I still jump on the line. I shoot games. I'll always win one. Once you get to a certain level, you never lose it. But you won't be as consistent as you were. You guys were addicted. That was awesome. Yeah, we were. Orion dues are $460 a year. Man, that's a highfalutin club. Our club where I belong, where you see most of the videos shot, it's $150 a year. They do work days. If you go to a work day, they credit you like 8 hours. If I do 3 work days, guess what? No dues, free. For every day you work, do the open house, whatever, you get about $50 credited towards your dues. So if you do 3 afternoons of really doing nothing and then getting to shoot afterwards for free, and they'll usually give you, at the open house, they'll give you a box or 2 of bullets too at the end of the day, and a cool shirt and all kinds of stuff. And it's free. You get a key card for the gate. You can come and go 24 hours a day. You can shoot from dawn to dusk. 9 pistol ranges, 100-yard range, 200-yard range, 4 trap houses or ranges. You name it, they got it. And it cost me Well, this year I didn't get to because of COVID. I didn't get out there. They canceled the open house, so I paid the full $150 this year. But last year I think I did two, so it only cost me $50, something like that. But yeah, $460. Wow, yeah, that's not expensive for a club, guys. In this state, Wisconsin, up by us here, everything's pretty cheap too. Belong to a couple clubs up here. I think I belong to 5-6 clubs altogether. Let's see what you guys are saying. Guys in the audience have that effect on you. Before long, it'll be 4:00. Yeah, right. I don't have to work tomorrow for once. Holy cow. I can, you know what's funny? With COVID and all this, and when I don't have to work and I work so much and drive so much that it's nothing for me to stay up till 4 a.m. So you want to go to 4? I'll go to 4. No problem. Rockford, the guys in the, okay. Michael Chaddock, what's up? Thanks for coming in. To most, they have been dumbed down, so must work for others and are lost if no one is hiring. Small businesses, not a franchise, do be dues as they can and do hire others. Yep, I remember. They shut down Fox Valley Rifle Range. Did they? Really? God, that was there when I was a kid. Even in high school, it was still there. I belonged to Hunting Fishing Club in high school. I tell this story all the time, but back then I went to a Catholic high school. Not Catholic, but went there. It was a good school. And belonged to Hunting Fishing Club. And the English teacher was our moderator, head of it or whatever. And I think it was Tuesdays. He'd take us pheasant hunting in the fall. So Tuesday mornings, me and 8, 10, however many guys were in the club in the morning, would come walking in the front door with our shotguns. Front door to school with our shotguns in a case. The end of the hall stood the headmaster and the dean, and you'd walk right past them with your school book bag and your shotgun. Walk right past them, say good morning, put the gun in your locker, and go to class all day, right? Blinked an eye. The last bell rang, you went out down to your locker, got your gun, went to the English room. Then 10 of you walked out with 10 shotguns out into the parking lot, loaded it into the teacher's van, and we went hunting. And nobody thought twice about it. Nothing. Today, you wouldn't get your shotgun out of the trunk before the SWAT team jumped you, right? And I say, well, what's the difference today versus then? It's not the guns. The guns were there. The guns are still there. The difference is the kids. And maybe not even the kids. The difference is the parents or lack thereof. Lack there of parenting, lack there of putting respect into these kids, lack of training, and in my opinion, a lot of social media. I'm not even going to go down that right now. I'll save that for another time. But that's definitely what it is, because I and many friends grew up. My dad had a stack of rifles in the corner of my room, just because he had nowhere else to put them. And there was everything there from ARs to 22s to shotguns to hunting rifles. Not one, and I could have grabbed one at any time. Not once did it even cross my mind ever to grab one, to go in the backyard and shoot a squirrel. That never crossed my mind. That would have never, ever happened. Why? Because if I did, I'd get it. You knew what was coming. God forbid something. You wouldn't do it. You just wouldn't. Today, I guess they don't think twice about, grabbing one and popping off rounds into a crowd. I don't get it. But, the liberals. Shut down for 20 years now. You could walk there. It's funny. A buddy of mine got a bunch of gun stuff from an estate sale, and I'm going through it, and there's a lot of old stuff guy had bought at a gun shop, old price tags. You're looking, wow, gun cleaning patches used to be 25 cents or whatever. And in there was a brochure from Fox Valley Range. Next time I do a stream, I'll put it on. We'll show it. You remember the plinking pond there, where they had the bins of corn cobs and you threw the corn cobs out on the pond and then you plinked at them? Today, I don't think liability insurance would let you shoot at water like that. But back then, they didn't care. They had a blinking pond. You shot at the corn cobs. Guys, give me 15 seconds here. I have to go clear my nose. I can't even talk anymore. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to mute the mic and I'll be right back. All right. I don't. At least I can semi-breathe. I'm going to do the unthinkable. I'm going to smoke while I'm doing this. Not smoking. It's all I got left. It's the only fun thing, only vice I have left in my life. Let's see in the comments. I noticed more women shooters and hunters, but not at ranges, but in field. Yeah, I do see more women in shooting sports. God, I went to, you guys will see a video I did, my first 3-gun, and there were a ton of women there and younger girls too. And that was cool. It's awesome. We've always had lady trap shooters, not a ton, but there's more than there used to be. But you don't see them at the range. If you do see them at the range, they're tagging along with the boyfriend, it seems. It's a shame. We need to get them out there. 2AEDU does a good job of that. He's always getting girls out there. He gets the girls, let me tell you. I mean, that's amazing. Look at Tap Rack and Roll. Holy smokes. Smoke wagon. Not a bad shot either, huh? But yeah, you got to get them involved. I'm trying to do some safety videos right now. Get my daughters out there, do some videos with them. I've got one daughter that, yeah, she's ambivalent about it. She doesn't mind shooting, but it's not a hobby. But she'll go with me. She likes black powder, believe it or not. And my oldest daughter, she doesn't want anything to do with it. Nothing. But they know how to shoot. And I tell them, in this day and age, you are going to come out and you are going to practice and you are going to remain proficient with a pistol and with a rifle. You'll know how to operate it, run it. It's just how it is while you live in my house. My oldest daughter's getting married, and I told her boyfriend, go get yourself he lives in Illinois, and unfortunately I'm pretty sure they're gonna live there. So he's got to go get a what do you call it? A FOID card. Yeah, FOI, FOID, right? He's got to go get one of those. I told him go get one because I'm giving him an AR as part of their wedding thing, and a pistol too. That's what they're getting, and we're going to take them to the range. They're going to learn how to use it, and he's going to have it. And he's not anti-2A, or anti-gun at all. But he doesn't own any firearms. Well, he's going to now because he's married to my daughter. And you will protect my daughter, period. So that's just how it is. I told him, he's a nice kid. He asked permission to marry her and everything. I was kind of shocked, but he's a good kid. If I could have custom made, or if there was a build a son-in-law kit, this is what I would have built. So it's good boy. And got to make sure he just takes care of business. That's all. Let's see. Mateo, build houses all around here. They were even claiming this on their houses. What's that? Which was totally impossible. Take away Chicago from Illinois, New York City from New York. Yeah, you're right. The town we lived in Illinois, a little farm town, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. We had a great place, great schools, great place to raise kids, great neighbors and friends. And if I could have just moved the whole place 20 miles north over the border, I would have. The last thing I wanted to do was leave there, but I can't. It's a matter of principle. I just can't. And yeah, it's a shame. And it's gorgeous out where we lived. We were in the Rock River Valley. And in the summer, in the spring, summer, fall, absolutely stunning, gorgeous scenery, rolling farmland, just beautiful. In the winter, it's kind of like a nuclear desert when the snow is going and it's whipping through the cornfields, But the rest of the year, just gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Would have stayed for sure, for sure. If you think about it, Illinois gun laws, other than the FOID and stuff, aren't all that bad, I guess. But Knob Creek. Oh, the machine gun shoot. Man, I'd like to go to that. It is illegal in Washington state to discharge a weapon even on your own land without permission of all neighbors. 500 yards. Yeah, that'd go over big. Holy cow. Well, there's one state we won't be living in, right? Unbelievable what we saw out there in Oregon. It's funny. I know some people that moved to Oregon. They fit right in. I'm glad they moved there. Unbelievable. Yeah, but it's all these cities, guys. That's what it is. That's what it's coming down to. I could not believe this bill, though, this COVID bill. Had everything to do, like Trump said, had everything to do with everything else and nothing to do with COVID. And we should be livid. We should be at our state capitals with, like I said, pitchforks and torches. And I'm so angry about it. I'm just beyond angry. It's not even showing anymore. It's just, it's time for a huge change. We were talking about that today. We were talking about how do you start over? It's so ingrained and entrenched in everything. And you think, well, is it Democrats? Is it Republicans? Or are they all in on it? They at some point, they've all got to be, they all get into office. Look at Pelosi. So what is it, 60 some years, and how many millions upon millions upon millions of dollars this year? From what? That public salary, and absolutely impossible without theft, without stealing, without, it's ridiculous. We all know what's going on. Bernie Sanders never held a job outside of, political office. Yet he's got 3 houses and all this stuff. And you know what? What scared him was an outsider coming in, Trump, and I'm sure it scared both sides. They don't want their little apple cart upset. That's what they want. And how do you put an end to it? I don't know. We were talking about that. It needs to go back to how it was supposed to be, where, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, they all went to, they ran for office. They were elected. They went and served their country for 4 years or 8 years or whatever. And when they were done, they went back to being the butcher, went back to being the carpenter, whatever. But my son brought a good point. He said, well, Dad, think about the founding fathers. He said they weren't, necessarily tradesmen. They were, in a lot of cases, very rich aristocrats. They were very well educated. Obviously, they had to be. Did they have a lot to lose? Absolutely. But they probably had a lot to gain, too. So who knows? Has it been that way since day one? I don't know. I think the solution is probably term limits. That's for sure at a minimum. So I don't know how to start it other than a complete restart based on the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, those 2 documents, and start over. That's the only thing I can come up with. There's other people out there much smarter than I am, and they don't have the solutions. So, what are we going to do? I don't know. All we can do is pass the word on, push our ideals and character traits and all the other good stuff we have, and push that on the kids of today. It only takes one generation, right, to change things. Look what they've done through the schools, through teachers, through everything they do. to indoctrinate the kids and everything. We need to be doing the same. You need to take kids shooting. You need to get women out shooting. You need to get neighbors. That person that's the most vocal anti-gunner, that's the person you need to be maybe civil with, or at least try to be, and get them out. Maybe you change some minds. I don't know. But we certainly have to do something, because they do something. They do it all the time, right? Anyhow, I thought you guys would have more to say about that COVID bill and where all this money is going to. I thought I certainly wouldn't be the only one that was just dumbfounded. I mean, crazy. Let's see. Michael Chaddick makes it hard to form new clubs and even rural farmlands. All it takes is one call or New England yuppie to move in. Lots to do, and we now cannot hunt on friends' farms. Misdemeanors, first time. Yep. Amazing, isn't it? How one guy can ruin it for all. It's funny. We still up here, we live in a farm town, and there's a local Facebook group for the town. And somebody brought up, how did they put it? Let me think of this. I want to say it the right way. Lady complained about a neighbor shooting multiple shots at like 2 a.m. And it was obvious that they were coyote hunting. And, there were multiple shots, 10 shots or something. And then it woke her up and she was so upset. And how dare they, bunch of idiots over there, just a bunch of beer guzzling, gun toting hillbillies. What are they doing at 2 a.m.? And I knew right away what they were doing, because they hunt coyotes all over here at night. And that's what you do. She said, what are they doing hunting at night? Can't they do it during the day? Well, 2 watchers, but 11. Police hit. There's only 21 watchers. Yeah, thank you, Mateo. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. 2AEDU tells, I'm sure you know, but he says how much you help his channel. He's very happy and proud of what you do for him. So don't think it doesn't go unnoticed, in case he doesn't mention it to you, but I'm sure he does. Anyhow, so they are hunting, and she's whining about being woken up by these shots. And I said, hey, this is the country, and there's no zoning. I told her. She thought there was zoning and this and that. There's no noise ordinance. So I was very nice. I said, look, there's no noise ordinance out here. There's you can hunt on your property. You can shoot on your property. You just can't be within X number of yards from a dwelling that's lived in. And other than that, you can do what you want. That being said, there's a reason we move out here, because we like the peace and quiet, because we like our neighbors being a little farther away, although we like being able to count on our neighbors. It's like the guy that, complains about getting stuck behind a tractor during harvest season, and it took him 5 extra minutes to get work, or he's racing around these tractors, Well, when I see those tractors going to work, I understand. And I take a minute to slow down and check things out around me and enjoy it. That's the reason I moved out to the country. If you want that other stuff, careful what you wish for, because you'll be right back where you were in those suburbs with everybody calling on each other. When I left the suburbs, I couldn't leave my RV in the driveway for longer than 6 hours to unload and load. I couldn't even leave it overnight. I had to call a homeowners association and let them decide if my paint color was okay with them. I couldn't have any other roof other than a cedar shake roof, which was 30 some odd thousand to replace. I couldn't put regular shingles on it. Finally, enough was enough. And I moved out here where if I want to, I can have 6 dead cars on my front lawn, 2 refrigerators. My grass can be 3 feet long. I can park 4 motorhomes on the side of my house. I can pee in my yard. I can shoot, and I can do whatever I want. And I don't, and nobody says anything. And while that's never, I guess, fun to live next to, I don't care what my neighbors do. As long as it's legal and they keep to themselves, I keep to myself. And God bless every one of them. They should be able to do that. This is about. It boggles my mind that that everybody wants to get in everybody's business. You guys will find the older you get, the more you just want to be left alone. You want your family, your friends, your hobbies, and leave me alone. That's all I want. We abide by the laws, and we just want to have. Anyways, what's going on? Who's in here? 2 watchers at 11. Thumbs up. Yeah, guys, thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Bunny huggers ruin the country all the time. Yep. Bring street lights and other problems. That's funny. We don't even have a stoplight in my town. We don't. Got some big grain elevators, no stoplights. President Trump vetoed the defense bill. Yes, he did, thank God. But while he did mention all the craziness in the bill, he pretty much he mentioned it's got to be more than 600 per person. I hope his main thought is that where this money is going is the problem, because that truly is the problem. That's crazy, absolutely crazy. These people need to be hung out to dry. It's shocking. I can't believe that people aren't just livid. I don't even care. Their lives are their lives, and they don't care. Insane. Absolutely insane. Ninja Scouts in here. Holy cow, look at all these good faces. I'm glad to see everybody over here from 2AEDU. That's cool. Country living at its finest, peeing in your hats. I told my wife I will never live anywhere that I can't, that I got to go in the house to pee. She said, "You're such a hill from it, dear." But I enjoy not having to worry about things like that. That's good stuff there. And it's so much easier just to shoot at the house than pack up and go to a club. I shoot here, but we had a neighbor build a house behind us not too long ago, and it kind of screwed me for that. Unless I want to build a berm, and we got a tree. They got kids and stuff. I am not trusting it. So it was good while it lasted. I had my chance to buy the acres back there, and I should have, like a dummy. But what are you going to do? Anyhow, what else is going on? So we got these videos going to be coming out. You'll check that out. That 5.7 is fun. It's a keeper. Ammo's expensive, though. I never priced it in regular times, but it was so hard to find. I found 250 rounds at $1 a piece, which some people are telling me is kind of the normal, I guess. So I'm going to figure out how to reload it and get the stuff, and we're going to do that if it's possible. Repairing weapons is not the same as building a weapon. What are you guys talking about? Gunsmithing? Building is far better. Merry Christmas to you too, Ninja Scout. Yeah, Christmas is here, guys. We got a lot to be thankful for, don't we? As bad as things are and can be in this country at these times and everything that's going on, it's still the greatest place to live in the world. And we got a lot to be thankful for. And, I don't know who's Christian, who's not, but, maybe it's time to get back to celebrating Christmas as it was meant to be celebrated, not the commercial bullshit it is today. But I think that's what I'm going to do this year, actually. Not that I don't every year, but going to take a little deeper dive this year, so to speak, and just be thankful for what I have in my family and what the good Lord's given me, and the fun I have every day because of it. Reloading will help with the 5.7. God, I don't know if these fat little fingers can hold those tiny little things, though. We'll see. Getting them in and out of the shell holder be a pain. Ian Omar's husband got $630,000 from the last stimulus bill. My friend that was has a one-man excavating company got zero. Yeah. How's that make you feel? Huh? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What do you get it for? Probably to do some study at some university, right? Like the one with the lizards on treadmills. I got to wonder how true it is, but I did hear it on Fox News, so it must be true, right? I don't know. I don't know what's with all this stuff. All I know the only thing I can figure is it's just a complete utter, well, we all know it's a bunch of utter baloney, theft of wealth, everything else. People are finally starting to stand up a little bit. Even out in your liberal states, Oregon, I heard, California, New York, these restaurant workers, how long can they keep it closed? Since when can a government keep you from opening your business, from doing business, from earning a living? They can't. I don't know why these people don't stand up. Fines, screw them. I would not. My business has not been shut down at all. We're deemed essential, but if I was a restaurant, I'd be open. I'll tell you guys straight out, and I'm sure we'll have some haters in here. Maybe the stream's new enough that I don't have trolls in here, watchers or whatever, and I'm not recommending this to anybody at all. It's just how I feel, my principles and what I do. But I haven't worn a mask since about after the third day this started. You know, when you're kind of scared, I went to work, I had the gloves, we were spraying things, wiping them down, masks. And then I just started seeing what was going on. My wife was with a hospital, so I had firsthand knowledge. And I just said, that's it, we're done. Haven't worn a mask since then. I wash my hands when I go to the bathroom. That's about it. When I get home from work, that's about it. I get about 3 hours of sleep at night. I eat like crap. I smoke. I work super long hours. If anybody's got a crap immune system, it'd be me. And guess what? Zippo. And guess what? All my employees working around me, same thing. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody's going to do it. They're just not going to do it. And nobody's been sick. I told you my mom and dad have it right now. They're both 83 and 84. My dad has every comorbidity known to man, from diabetes to heart disease to heart valves to cancer, you name it. Obese, everything. And yeah, it's a cold. I'm not saying people don't die from it. They do, absolutely. Is it contagious? Sure. Is it I don't know what it is. Is it the flu? Is it a worse version? I don't know. That's for scientists to decide. All I know is it's been weaponized on us. That's it. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna be part of it. Just not. They're not going to. My thing from day one, what scared me was not the virus, but the solution to it and the shutdown of the economy. I remember when this first went on, I said, this country can't afford 2 weeks to shut down. It can't. It'll go under. And 14 days to flatten the curve, right? 14 days. We're coming up on a year, guys. And today, it went right before the stream. You know what pissed me off the most? Who was it? Either the idiot from California, the dirtbag from New York, or Fauci was in there too, saying that the masks and the lockdowns will go through 2021. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was, they had Biden on. And Biden flat out said, he's talking to, addressing whoever, he said, the worst of the pandemic is in front of us. In front of us, guys. The worst of the pandemic is in front of us. That we have at least a year of this. Are you kidding me? And Fauci backed him up. Yeah, it's still in front of us. It hasn't even gotten bad. What does that mean? The shots are out. All these other drugs. I lost my light here, so maybe that's better. I don't know. It's not shining my eyes. All this stuff, it's all done, right? Everything's good. We're going to reopen. They don't want it to reopen. They don't want it to reopen. They want the Great Reset. They want the digital currency like we were talking about earlier. They want their form of government. And that's it, guys. That's what you're up against. That's what this is all about. Period. End of story. And I remember thinking we won't survive 2 months with businesses shut down. Well, it's been a year now. People are living without money for a year. Their businesses are going under. 50% of them are gone. The other ones aren't reopening. They're not. How are you going to reopen? So you get rid of all these small businesses. They're gone, right? All that's left is what? It's okay to go to Walmart. It's okay to go to Target, filled with people. There's no limits on how many people can be in there. But you can't go to a small business. They have to be closed down. Why? They want to get rid of them. It's only going to be the big corporations who are part of it. And it's big corporations run with government. It's socialism, period. It's here. Welcome it. Embrace it, right? That's what they want you to do. Well, that ain't happening. And that's what it is. If you guys think we are not in the middle of a civil war right now, we are. The coup is happening right now, right in front of you. We are taken over. If in fact they cheated their way in, if in fact just sheep believed it and voted that way, who knows? At this point, I'm not throwing in the towel by any stretch, but does it matter at this point? The damage is there. It's done. Everything's in place. Since when does a guy running a computer company suddenly become the world's most highest authority on immunization and pandemics and viruses? Where does he have the education? What qualifies him to be on every news programming telling us how these vaccines work, why we should take them, why they should be mandated, why all these? Man, I swear like a truck driver normally, so this is really hard for me. But who gives him the goddamn right to be an expert? You're a computer idiot. That's all you know. You got lucky and you ran a computer company. Just so happened to go to number 2 and whatever. What gives them the right, other than the piles of money they have to influence governments, business, courts, everything else? That's all it is. It's a joke. It's a joke. I just can't believe it's happening. I can't believe everybody's laying down for this. Hopefully it won't be too late. I hope they push the gun agenda, because that's the only thing I think that will push it over the edge. And the last thing you ever want to see is any violence because of this. Nobody wants to see that. But maybe that's the only way it's got to be. I don't know. And China's involved in it. It's a world thing. We are so indebted to them that it's got to pay. What was the first thing when this came out? When coronavirus hit and we were shutting down, and it was China's fault. China. It was China's fault. Remember? What was the first thing they mentioned? Out of the blue. Well, we'll just have to cancel our debt with China. I thought, I literally was facing away from the TV. It was like a bolt of lightning. I turned around, I looked at the TV. I go, that's what this is all about. That's what it's all about. Well, what happens, guys, if they cancel the debt with China? They just say, we're putting through a law, a rule, an amendment, or whatever, that we no longer owe China anything. Anything they own in this country no longer belongs to them. It's that. Over with. Here's your tariffs, this and that. What happens? What do the Chinese do? Well, I'll tell you what they do. There's two options. They either take it and their country falls into a depression, their people starve, their business is shut down, or two, they go to war. That's what happens. Those are the only two choices. So when your economy is collapsing, your people are starving and or wanting to throw you out of office or overthrow that the party in charge, the Communist Party in China, if they could do that, what do? You go to war. That's what happens. And that's my take on it. Zeke shoots. There's nothing shut down in Iowa. There's Wisconsin's the same way. You'd swear. I have to readjust my thinking because everything's normal up here for the most part. There's masks and there's some things that are a little different. But man, I crossed the border to go down to see my brother in Illinois, and you could tell you got a half mile in, a mile in, 2 miles in. All of a sudden, you look around and you're the only one on the highway, and there's nothing going on. And here, I walk in a gas station, no mask, nothing, grocery store, whatever. Nobody says anything. Nobody cares. 80% of people aren't wearing them. And down there, if you get out of your car without a mask, people are saying stuff to you. You end up in a fist fight like nothing. But it's a different world. They are shut down. And this is suburbs away from Chicago. I can only imagine how bad it is in the city. Look at New York. Look at Times Square and all these buildings. Think about this. All this work from home. My wife works from home now. What about all this real estate? All these office buildings, skyscrapers with huge rents, huge corporations taking up floors and floors and floors, right? No one's going to end up paying the rent. They're not bringing these people back. By that I mean they're not bringing them back into an office space. They're going to let them work from home. They're loving it. They reduced their cost of doing business by 60%. Why would they bring them back? Well, what happens when they're not filling those office buildings and all this commercial real estate, right? Restaurants are gone. All these small family businesses are gone. Nobody's paying the rent. What happens? There's going to be some major, major upset. If you're thinking for 1 minute that this economy is going to turn back to normal, whether you think that's in a couple months, 6 months, a year, things will gradually get back, whatever. My thought is, and call me crazy, it ain't coming back. Yeah, Biden says we ain't seen the worst yet of the pandemic, of COVID. I'm thinking we ain't seen the worst of this economy. I think that what's going to come is going to make the Great Depression look like. And that's just my thought. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, guys. I could be totally wrong. It's just what common sense kind of tells me. How are they going to fill up? What are they going to do with all this real estate? Shopping. Everything's coming from Amazon. Retail was having a hard enough problem as it was. Look at the malls and everything. And now you pull this, it's all going away. And it's just going to be these big box stores that are in a co-owned, managed, whatever relationship with government. And the rest, those small family businesses aren't going to be anymore. And your cities are going to turn to ghost towns. I kind of feel bad for people that live in the city, that own property, residential property in the city. After all, what was the draw to owning residential property living in the city. Well, maybe you're closer to work because you worked in the city, and now that's not the case. Maybe you are closer to cultural events, museums, parks, ballets, whatever you were into. You go to the city for dining, things like that, cultural stuff. Well, that's all shut down. The businesses are closed, what have you, so there's no advantage there. What's the advantage to living in a city anymore? Public transportation? Can't go anywhere. What do you need that for? It's not running. Your infrastructure is going to be rotting. I don't know how they'll bail themselves out of it. When you're printing the amount of money they're printing, you can't keep up with it. You're going to hit a point where hyperinflation starts to happen. The old saying of a wheelbarrow full of money won't buy a loaf of bread might not be that far-fetched. Let's see. What are we saying in the comments here? Americans are pushovers. Look how people comply with things like FOID card and NFA, even when it violates the number 2 law of the land. Yeah, you're right. Went right along with it. Nobody pushed back because it's for the safety. Here, when they say it's for the safety of the children, if it's safety of the country, of the people, or they bring children into it, you can guarantee yourself one thing: they're sliding it right in your backside. Immediately. They're lying to you, and you're getting screwed somehow, some way. And that's how they pass that crap. It's for the safety. In FBI statistics, there are so few AR-15s or rifles, for that matter, used in any type of killing, first of all, let alone mass killings. The numbers are so low that there's not even a statistic on it. It's zero, because it's 0.000000001. It doesn't exist. But why do they want to take them away from us? Well, for the safety of the children, of course. It makes no sense, but people believe it. It's what sells. If they tell it to you enough times, over and over and over, we're not even in the height of this thing. Turn on CNN, turn on Fox, turn on whatever the fuck you want to watch, and set a timer. Count 15 minutes and see how many times they say COVID. And then tell me what the real deal is. It's hard just to get groceries without a mask on in this area. I've been stopped more than once. I got stopped by a guy in Menards. It was 8:30 at night. Nobody else was in the store. And no mask. And I'm walking around the lighting aisle, looking up at the masks, looking up at the lights. And the guy, sir, and turn around. I said, yeah. He says, oh, he's joking. Obviously, you forgot your mask. I said, I didn't forget shit. I said, I don't wear one. And I told him I have a health condition. I do. I could actually blame it on that, because I actually truly do have a health problem that would preclude me from wearing one. But whatever. I said, well, I just don't wear one. Well, you're going to have to leave then, sir. I said, oh, whatever. I just wanted to turn around. I kept looking at the lights. He's following me around. I finally turned to him. I said, if you weren't standing here, there's no one within 50 yards of me. Why don't you get the whatever away from me? And then I asked a question about a light. We're not answering your questions, and no one's going to check you either, sir. So you might as well leave. I said, well, it is your business. It's your right. Absolutely. But I said, I think you're wrong. And I